Hey everybody, and welcome to another replay from Gamers Rules, and we've got a 3v3 here at Desert Trap. Let's introduce the players. On the top we have Team 1, Skippy, who will be playing as China Infantry General, Rob as GLA Demolition General, and Pcap as Vanilla China. On the bottom we've got Pancake as China Infantry General, Hard Army as China Infantry General, and then Scottagorn as China Nuke. Skippy getting started with his base here. He's got 2 dozers already and starting to build a supply center after having built a reactor. Pcap also building a supply center after a reactor. And he's got a dozer that's already being sent down. Right now it's a little bit of a race to get to see who can build defenses and build construction buildings. Looks like Pcap is building a Gatling cannon right off the bat at the bottom border, and Rob has got a supply center going at the bottom. It may be a little bit of an overreach there. If he had a human player that he was playing against, he probably should have wanted to have done a barracks up forward there. But it may work out. It looks like the Hard Army is a little bit slow of getting to the center. Pcap is also sending infantrymen towards the center border. Looks like that Gatling cannon got successfully built. And Pancake has also got a supply center that he's been able to build up here. Skippy and Pancake are matched in supply centers, and Skippy's got Gatling cannon that is there. Looks like we got a little bit of a battle over on the right-hand side. Scottagorn managed to get inside the defensive tower before Pcap was able to, and that'll allow him to exert his influence on that part of the map. Hard Army and Rob is starting to having a little bit of a skirmish over here. Rob has gotten 1 tunnel network and a garrison building, and he's starting to build a second tunnel network to be able to go after Hard Army's infantry troops as he sends them his way. And Pancake over on the far left has also gotten a jump on Skippy and garrisoning the central civilian building for being able to go against that Gatling cannon, and he was able to actually fully destroy it with the combination of minigunners and tank hunters that were there at the border. Rob continues to be able to take on the Hard Army, losing a little bit of damage on his health, or on his tunnel network, but he'll be able to heal that up, and now starting to capture oil derricks. Rob also has a supply center at the center supply depot. Doesn't look like Pcap has built his secondary supply center yet, or in this middle spot. Neither Skippy or Rob have either. And for supply centers, the bottom hasn't reached there yet. Scottagorn hasn't gone for the main supply depot there, but he is building a supply center up on the ridge, as well as having put infantry into the bunker there. So only Pancake and the Hard Army are really going for his secondary supply sources so far. It looks like Pancake is also getting some Gatling cannons up to the north above the Hard Army to help him out in his buildings, trying to head off Rob at the pass there. And the Hard Army has captured the artillery platforms that are there on the map. Rob is also building a number of defenses, 2 tunnel networks, and now a stinger site. And Pcap still has the 1 Gatling cannon, and Scottagorn has got a bunker that he'll be able to fill with men when he builds some more infantry. Still is holding that civilian structure and has been able to capture the oil derrick now as well. And Pancake has also got the oil derrick captured in the left center of the base. And Skippy has built a war factory over here on this island plateau, and also captured the artillery platform. I wonder if he'll build some defenses there to help protect his war factory while Pancake is building his Gatling cannons and making his move on that area. Nobody has really moved into these central 2 island circles. Those have got 2 reinforcement platforms as well as more supply stashes, supply piles. So those would be pretty valuable. We're going after the smaller supplies that are over here on these 4 plateaus, but nobody in those central islands and nobody really defending it. That may be an artifact of the fact that it takes a lot of extra meandering in order to be able to get there, and there's just a couple of mini bridges in order to see that. But here comes Hard Army that's sending some napalm into, or fire into Rob's defenses. It looks like he lost his 3 defenders there from the fire flames. They will regenerate, but it'll take a few seconds. Rob's got some quad cannons, though, to be able to take out the infantry that are there. And now the Hard Army is sending an assault trooper, assault troop crawler. Pancake is also sending a construction dozer for going after supply center that's over there with those smaller supplies. Each of these 4 corners has also got a oil refinery for reducing the cost of vehicles by about 10%. And it looks like the Hard Army has captured 2 of those. The North Army has not. So based on the capturing of these 2 oil derricks, more for the Hard Army going after the oil refineries. Rob's pushed a little bit towards the center there. Although Pcap has been able to retake over Scottagorn and his civilian building there, as well as recapture the oil derrick. Right now it looks fairly even. I'd say on the left side it's favoring Pancake over Skippy, but then in the center and the right it's a slight favor towards Rob and Pcap. Let's see how this battle between Pcap and Scottagorn goes. Nuke tanks versus Pcap being China Vanilla, so we'll see how that goes. Pcap using his ordinary tank shells to go after the tanks that are there. He was pretty close for close-in weapons battle against the other tanks, which means that he was going to take that damage when the nuke tanks exploded. And if you were going to take that kind of damage, you might as well just rolled over him and bring in the crush damage. We'll see how well he's able to continue pushing now. He was able to come out victorious in that, and now he's got pretty much an open path from his base. So time to start building some more tanks and go in. Oh, he lost that Overlord tank, and from multiple tank hunters, they were able to subdue him. He was only at half health and pushing forward. And so now we'll see whether or not Scottagorn takes this opportunity, goes after that supply center, and tries to retake some land. Looks like Skippy is doing a firewall with the flame tank. Oh, and Robert has pushed into the 2 central circle islands. So he's got 2 small supply stashes going on there, as well as a little bit of some units for guarding. And Hard Army has upgraded to Black Napalm. Rob's stinger sights are essentially useless now for whenever the air crew come in. And he's going after that stinger sight, which doesn't make too much sense. Like, there's nobody in there that's attacking you. You might as well go after the stuff that's actually going to cause you damage. And there goes 2 tunnel networks, there goes the stinger sights, and Hard Army continues to push. He's going after the hospital. Goes out, takes out the stinger site, the tunnel network. All of those buildings are totally destroyed now, from down to the GLA hole. And Rob sends in a whole bunch of quad cannons and is going to finish off all the infantry there. May lose 1 or 2 of the quad cannons. Nope, not even 1. Not focused on the quads, so he'll come out on that one. But he probably will lose this cannon. Yep, there goes the cannon there, and second quad cannon. And the artillery are making good up against that area. Ooh, and it looks like Pancake, as the infantry is upgraded to neutron mines. It's just a line of mines that nobody's going to want to try and get through, as well as the quad cannons that are there. Nothing up on the plateau, though. Continue to have infantry. Rob is like going after this Overlord tank. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there. Probably thought he could stick a man in and ended up just attacking it. There's more black napalm causing plenty of damage. Rob's also got a few long-range units there with the Scud launcher and rocket buggy. See if that's able to work against the defenses. And Scottagorn coming in now with the relatively large tank force. He's got Inferno cannons, quad tanks, or excuse me, Gatling tanks, and upgraded battle masters for going, as well as a good infantry force. So no retaliation with the long-range Inferno cannon. We'll see how long it takes Pcap to notice that he's getting killed there. Skippy's still sending out flames. So right now, this looks like a big battle going on between Pcap and Scottagorn. We'll keep watching that. Rob is sending his Scud launcher in order to go against that Gatling cannon, but a lot of those ballistic missiles are being targeted by the Gatling cannons and getting blown out of the air. And here comes a Black Lotus from Pcap. Black Lotus has become his new favorite hero unit, using it to good effect, and he's avoiding any stealth detection. Oh, there is a stealth detection unit in the troop crawler, and so Pcap's going to have to see if he can get by there. A number of Inferno cannons, 4 Inferno cannons and 3 Overlords that Pcap is bringing in, and that's going to be enough to take out the troop crawler and the rest of the troops there. And so now both his land forces and his Black Lotus are going to have free reign coming in. Hard Army trying to take out Rob's central island over here, but Tunnel Defense and 3 quad cannons are going to be able to take out the infantry that are coming in. Pcap sending in that Black Lotus into Scottagorn's base. Scottagorn trying to build a bunker, which would be able to detect him, but not yet. And next item for Pcap to look out for is this radar van. And there it is. So now Scottagorn knows that the Black Lotus is in his base. He's going to try and follow her. Pcap continuing to push forward with his bases. There's a lot of defenses over here in the center. Rob does need some more long-range units in order to be able to strike those with impunity, but we'll see how well he's able to do. That Scud launcher is not doing anything. Pcap making excellent progress against the radar van, and now his Black Lotus should be able to go back in. Let's check on resources. Rob with 38,000, Skippy with 250, Pancake with 1,200, Scottagorn with 900, Pcap 13,000, and Hard Army with 13,000. So right now the most amount of resources in the game are with Pcap, Rob, and the Hard Army. Pcap is generating off of a good amount of hackers as well as his multiple supply centers. Hard Army has got supply centers all over the map, multiple spots, and Rob has got the 2 islands. Pcap is pushing forward into Scottagorn's base. He is going to be pretty much unimpeded, no defenses, no units. Scottagorn has got $500. That resource game is essentially done. So Pcap is going to be able to roll right on over Pcap or Scottagorn's base right now. Pcap taking out the internet center. Pancake trying to give some help with some MiGs over there, but it's not going to do too much against the Overlords. Plus the healing capabilities of their propaganda towers are going to be keeping them alive despite the napalm, the black napalm. Goes after the propaganda center, and that's done. Here goes the war factory. Pcap lets him sell it. Scottagorn selling his reactor. Scottagorn still got a supply center, 2 supply centers, and his command center. And now Pcap going after the final command center. So after this, he'll just have 2 buildings that he'll have to take out before Scottagorn is defeated, and Scottagorn may surrender on his own. Scottagorn does have a nuclear reactor. He's got a dozer there, so he's maybe able to mole away in one of the other bases for a while. Those are some hefty tanks there. 4 tanks, 2 Gatling cannons, 2 propaganda towers, and one of them at heroic status, which means it's going to be pretty tough. Rob also making a push now into the hard army space, going after that bunker. So many hit points, but a lot of units going after it, so that'll be able to finish that off. Looks like he also took out the 2 Gatling cannons that were there in the area. And Rob is retreating, not going against the 2 assault troop trawlers. Pcap continuing to push, going after the Gatling cannon. That's gone very quickly. And here comes the supply center, and Pcap has pretty much single-handedly defeated Scottagorn. Scottagorn's got a couple more things, but he's going to be out of commission for a while. We'll see if anything gets sent up here towards that supply center. It's not really gathering any actual resources, so... And Scottagorn has 0 money with a barracks. I'm not quite sure how he's going to be generating any income here in the future. He's pretty much gone. Looks like Pancake did make a push into Skippy's base with those flame tanks and inferno cannons, trying to go after the men there with the inferno cannons. These black napalm is going to be able to take over the area, and Skippy still gathering resources from up top. But now we've got a pincher between Rob and Pcap. Hard Army trying to build a helix going against the area. Quad cannons, tanks going against the infantry of Hard Army. And that heroic quad cannon is going to get taken out. A lot of areas. Oh, we've got some angry mobs in the area as well. Rob grabbing the scrap from the area. Pcap also sending some artillery going after Pancake's propaganda center, pushing in. Yeah, Scottagorn did surrender, so he transferred his assets over to Pancake. Rob takes out the nuclear weapon of the Hard Army. Goes up another quad cannon, final quad cannon. Rob's forces are essentially gone, so now it's up to Pcap for continuing to push into Hard Army's base. A lot of damage on Skippy's side from Pancake. Skippy's got a couple of long-range nuke cannons and inferno cannons that he's trying to build, and it looks like Skippy did see that oil refinery and was able to capture that to help him out with the unit cost. That looks like Pancake sending some artillery over against Skippy and taking out a supply center. Pcap coming in with even more overlords now. We've got 6 overlords, and Robert coming in with a slew of tanks of various classes, as well as dropping a Scud Storm onto Hard Army's base. This should be the end game now. Not too many anti-infantry, just Marauder tanks and Scud Storms and a few Scorpion tanks. The Scorpion rocket that the Scorpion tanks can drop are usually pretty effective at a small group of infantry, but Rob's going to have to rely on the Gatling cannons from the Overlords in order to be able to go after infantry with any kind of efficiency. There goes the command center and the barracks. Rob is doing a good job of running over troops. Pcap taking out defenses and Gatling a number of infantry. Hard Army coming in with a ECM tank to disable the veteran or the heroic Overlord, but that's going to get killed by the rest of the Overlords. And Pancake has got a nuke ready. We'll see if he sends it anytime soon. If I were him, I probably would try and go after the large force that's in the middle of Hard Army's base, or try and do something to go after the resources. But let's see, Skippy 600, Pcap 10,000, Rob with 96,000. That's atrocious. Not getting used well at all. And then Hard Army with 3,000, Scottagorn with 0, having given up, and Pancake with 7,000. And looks like a lot of those tanks of Rob's got destroyed along the way. Variety of sources, but the Overlords just keep on clicking. We'll see if they can find the final supply centers of the Hard Army. Take those out. And who got nuked? Somebody got nuked. There it is. Skippy got nuked. Going after Skippy's base. Rob's got a couple of rebels inside Pancake's base. Let's see if he uses them. There he goes. He's going to try and capture the nuclear weapon, but the radar van, yeah, those guys are going to die immediately. Alright, more combination forces from Pcap and Rob going after the area. We've got MiGs coming in, throwing in some black napalm. Rob benefiting from the propaganda towers on Pcap's Overlords. More MiGs. They are being destroyed from the sky one at a time, and so they may not be able to hamper the progress of this tank formation for very long. There goes one airport. Going after the dozer. Oh, and Pancake has sent a large infantry force into Skippy's base. He's capturing buildings like mad. And selling them as soon as he catches them. If he can get this last power plant and barracks, that should be Skippy's base. Here comes Pcap. Looks like Rob left a sneak attack into Pancake's base. We'll go after that nuke. And Skippy has been defeated. All of his buildings were captured. And here comes Pancake going over to the side. Looks like he's making an incursion into Rob's base. Pcap continuing to go with his Overlords as well as Rob with his tanks. And there are mines everywhere. These tanks are going to have a hard time going, trying to find a safe spot to be able to run. Here's the airfield. Pcap coming in now with the Overlords, and there's just a couple more buildings. Got supply center. And there's the infantry that are over there, as well as the final supply center that was given to him by Scottagorn over on the right-hand side of the building. So, but Pcap's got a number of overlords there. You should be able to roll on in and take it over. Now, Pancake, still with that infantry group, starting to take over Rob's arms dealers. Rob is selling it, so he has seen that there's the force that's in his base, and Rob's just going to run over those infantry. An ignominious end for the force that finished off Skippy. Here comes Pcap. Going after that supply center. So now the last main building is going to be this barracks. Oh, and there's a reactor that Skippy also chose to, or Pancake chose to keep. See how long this takes for them to figure out. Rob continuing to try to crush this single infantry. There he goes. Skippy's gone. Rob with 120, not using it at all. Pancake with 10,000. Scottagorn, Pcap with also 10,000, and Hard Army with 16. And Pancake has surrendered. So that's it. This kind of turned out the way that the initial game was looking, with Pancake being able to take out Skippy after having gained the center there, and Rob and Pcap being able to go to south towards the rest of the Hard Army and Scottagorn's forces. Still got some mop up now between Hard Army and the rest of the forces. A couple of power plants. I'm going to fast forward through this. There we go. Hard Army's defeated. I'd say that Pcap was the MVP for this particular game. He undoubtedly did the most amount of work, first going down and rolling through the defenses of Scottagorn, and then cutting over to the side and making wave after wave of attacks onto the Hard Army. Rob may have generated the most amount of resources, but he lost a ton of units. Although the most amount of units lost goes undoubtedly to the Hard Army, building 576. And then Rob destroyed 569, so a ton of those. Hard Army also created 400 units. Rob created 225 units and lost most of those, 154. And then buildings constructed, most goes to Hard Army at 49, and then lost them all. Buildings destroyed, though, goes to Pcap, 56. The destroyer of bases at and with only 157,000 worth of resources, he was only third in resource gathering, but definitely did the most to be able to cause the most amount of damage. So good game to all, and we'll catch you on the next one.